the weather's the biggest difference, the lack of moisture. I mean, we're in a dry, arid climate, which makes it so good for raising cattle. I mean, that's why the feed yard does so well here, because you're not fighting humidity in the summer or the winter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cattle stay cool easier in the summer and they stay warm easier in the winter. I mean, you get a wind chill and it could still be 20 below, but I mean, 20 below is cold, but you don't have that damp air with it. It's going back to that feedlot deal where you don't have the mud and the cattle aren't fighting standing in mud. I mean, like in our feed yard, I don't ever like the mud to be above the cattle's dew claws or we're scraping pins. I mean, we just don't get that real wet, muddy conditions where the cattle got to fight just to keep warm or to fight to get to the feed pump.
So you had a pen full of Smokies. What's the story there? Do you have a?
No, I mean it's just a customer's cattle that came in. You see all shapes and sizes and kinds come through the feed yard. A lot of good cattle. I mean, you see a lot of cattle come through there. I mean, being in the club calf business too, you think what them cows must look like, and if a guy could go back and make them, what you would get. But no, I think the fed cattle market's really good over the next couple of years. I think the cow numbers are low. I think cow numbers are actually lower than what the government predicts them to be. So I see the fed cattle numbers being good. Is there more profit in the cattle feeding business? Maybe not, because shorter numbers is just shorter supply, and that makes feeder cattle higher. I mean, fed cattle got to be way higher when feeder cattle's higher. I think it could, cattle numbers being low could be a downside to the corn farmer and the corn markets, because cattle feeders are the biggest users of corn. And if cattle numbers are low, there's going to be less consumption on that, and it's going to make our corn stocks go up.